Eagle Rising is the most prolific mod for Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord ever, and it has just evolved once again. There has been a numerous amount of new updates in the last few months, so many new troops, assets, and complete new faction overhauls. The mod at this point is almost fully formed, or at least in a big stage. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to go and a lot that is coming in the future, which we'll get onto a little bit later. But Eagle Rising, Bannerlord's greatest mod in my opinion, has just changed for the better. Let's get into this. I mean, let's just start off with the weapons, arms, and armor, because my god has this improved so much over the last few months. Now, there's a really good way of working out what is within the mod and what isn't. For example, you can see the normal Bannerlord vanilla things just has its regular name. But if it's part of the Eagle Rising mod, it will have the faction before it. For example, Empire, which will state the Romans, Saka, which will state the new factions such as the Scythians. And I mean, my god, look at my fella here. He is looking pretty cool. His horse also isn't too shabby, if I say so myself. I mean, let's take, for example, the Romans. I've never seen Bannerlord look quite this good. It is another level that I still don't think has been replicated by any other modification. Right, we're going to get a few peel. I don't know if we can throw it on horseback, but we're going to goddamn try. Now, we're fighting against the new Scythian faction, who we'll get onto in a little bit because, oh my, is this exciting. Okay, they have a few archers and infantry over there, but I think we should be able to deal with it. Our lads are pretty solid, if I don't say so myself. However, my horse friend, you have been useful, but it's time to love you and leave you. You've got an arrow to the head. I'm going to join in with the infantry. Oh my god, he took a peelum to the face, that lad. In we go, lads, charge! Right, lads, hold together, hold together. Let's take the front line. They've got a lot of archers. Keep your tings up. Okay, these guys should be swept up nice and easy. Stabbing, stabbing, joining the line. Move on to their infantry, boys. Move on to their infantry if we can. For Rome and for glory. It is what it is. The Dacian faction is a more recent addition, having full Falksmen, mounted chieftains, of course, javelinmen as well. But it goes even further than that. We have tribesmen, clan warriors, spearmen, the main lines as well that go on and on and on, even further than any native Mount and Blade clans ever did. These guys are cooler and stronger than ever. I've always wanted to play as the Dacians. Now, of course, they're called the Dryatic Empires within the Kingdom of Calradia, yet they're trying to be as historically accurate to what we can expect from Dacians. What are you doing, Mr. Horse Archer? This is not going to end well for you. Okay, you've managed to... Infantry... Can I just say, look at my lad as well with his scale armor and of course my Falcons. I mean, it couldn't be anything else, could it really? The design on these shields is something else as well. It's so varied, so colourful and so beautiful, rather than the boring, dingy look that we normally get from ancient games. My god, that is a hailstorm of arrows. We are blocking out the sun. Are they... Do they have banners? Oh my god, they're starting to throw some javelins and stuff. Oh god. Oh god! Right, I'm going to stand behind these guys because I do not have a shield. These guys are also Dacians, by the way, but they're the naughty Dacians that don't have any flex. Look at their banners! Look at that! That is awesome. I'm coming in the back, lads. I'm coming in the back. Hack and slash. Chop and dosh. Oh, this is an end for them. This Falx, by the way, is so powerful with its overhead slashes. I am so happy that I'm able to be right at the front of the formation doing my damage here. Is that leader dead yet? Oh, I think he is. Good. Fantastic, lads. Fantastic job. Dacians were known for their brutality, especially those Falxes. They would often terrify Roman legionaries because they were so effective, with the hook being able to get over the edge of a Roman scutum, making them almost useless, especially in those terrifying ambush situations. Now, one thing the mod developers have warned is that a lot of the Dacian stuff, and something that I found with the other barbarian types of armor, will only really fit with barbarian stuff. Mixing and matching with Roman scutums, locus segmentata doesn't really work, especially when a lot of the stuff for bracelets, torques, things like that, like you'd expect. However, they get covered up somewhat by some of the other arms and armors. So, yeah, they are selective to the faction a lot of the time. Oh my god, the Romans. The Romans. Yes. Oh, a brutal slaughter. Good job, lads. The ambush was a success. Hello. Is that their leader running from the battlefield? Guys, come on, take him out. Oh, he's going to make one last stand. He's going for it. He's going for it. And he's he's dead. There's also something to be said of the newest addition being the Scythians. Now, they're currently called the Saka, which is a name that isn't completely confirmed by the developers yet, but it's what they're working with. And these, of course, are Scythian-based lads. And my god, do they look cool. They will be replacing the Khuzaits, and that area of the map will be theirs to defend. And of course, if you want to go and kill them, that's where you're going to have to go, because they're going to be putting up a pretty strong fight. Oh, what a beautiful landscape. Oh god, the Scythians are coming. And yes, of course I am playing as Scythians as well. I love the little kinks in the shield there. You can see on the right hand side, there's a little gap in the shield for the lance to poke their swords through to fight with. That's so awesome. It's a little notch on the side of the shield. That's such a small little detail that's really, really cool. Of course, the Scythians are known for their horse archers and their hit and run tactics. They're a very deadly army. And I cannot wait to be able to use these guys on the battlefield. Come on, lad. Yes, right in the side. We can see their infantry there. We've got to take these guys out fast. Getting a few good shots in their back, though, which is nice. No, you're not going to kill my friend. Oh, he's got the ram helmet, much like me. He must be the leader. I love the fact that banners are now just a part of Eagle Rising. You don't have to download an extra banner mod, which is a really, really nice touch. And I think they look awesome on the battlefield. Speaking of being awesome on the battlefield, this guy is not so much. That wasn't going to end well, was it? And you are going to be my prisoner. Ooh, my word, we have a lot of people. Not only are there so many different factions and different troops within the factions, but there are different variations as well. The amount of effort that has gone into this is actually mind-blowing. This team is probably one of the most proficient in Bannerlord at the moment. All of this is incredible, but there is one question that I've had for quite some time, and that's regarding the custom map. Because whilst Eagle Rising is an incredible modification, and they've done so much content-wise, to the point where nearly every faction in the base Mount and Blade is going to be converted within the next year or so, which is unheard of for a Mount and Blade mod. But there's always that one thing that hasn't quite changed yet, and as far as I know, isn't going to change anytime soon. And that, my friends, is the overworld map. You see, the overworld map is still exactly as it was in Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, the initial release. And look, the Empire has been changed. We have Rome here now. Furthermore, we also have Scythia up, where the Khuzaits used to be. Dacia is also a big part as well in this corner of the map, but it's still Calradia. It's not Europe yet. Yet on the horizon we have something quite special. This is the map of Europe. It is a new Bannerlord mob which, well, it brings in Europe to replace Calradia. You have all the factions that are in native Mount and Blade, and they're imported within this new world, trying to recreate it, of course, not one-to-one scale, but as close as they can get to make it realistic to the terrain and the areas that are within Europe itself. Don't get me wrong. Is it perfect? No. But the amount of detail on this is absolutely incredible. Could you imagine this being linked up with the Eagle Rising mod? That is something else. There's also the ability to travel across oceans within this, and having realistic landmarks to what we can expect from the ancient world. Eagle Rising and the Europe map together would create something very, very special. So the real question is, where does this go from here? What is the future? Well, there are still factions that need to be converted. Currently, we have 3 or 4 fully fledged ones, and within them, they do have a lot of content. However, they are not complete, they are not full. Of course, Rome is about as far as it goes in terms of the amount of content we have within one of the factions. They have a lot of stuff there when it comes to assets, arms, and armor. But the Dacians are still pretty recent, the Scythians even more so, and we've not even started to talk about things like the Germanic tribes that are perhaps coming. And of course, what's going to replace Sturgia up in the north? Is it going to be a more Scandinavian tribe, or are they going to go with something completely different? Not only this, but we have seen Carthage in the past. I've made multiple videos on it, and whilst it's not within this update, hopefully it should be very, very soon, within the next few months or so. Yeah, I think the content for Eagle Rising is pretty much endless. They could go forever, adding in new factions, new arms and armor, and then eventually choosing a new complete custom map. That would be something incredible. Quick, get the leader. No, he's not wanting it. Call me a lad. Oh, right in the head. Oh, hello. It's a duel to the death. Let me get out my gladius. Oh. I love this mod. I'm going to be following Eagle Rising so far into the future. Everything it brings out. So please stick around for that, because I cannot wait to see where they take this in the future. Come here, boys. Come here, boys. Yes. Stabs to the back. Then you're to blame. You give love a bad name. You want some? Oh, you're stuck on a hill now. Oh, you've stuck yourself on a hill. I mean, the cavalry somehow...